An update from Shimano appeared recently in the App Store for those of us using the wireless module on our Di2 group sets. I'm currently using the EWWU111, which allows both ANT+ and Bluetooth communication to my Shimano Di2 group set. Here on my YouTube channel, I have covered the installation, configuration, and a few options you can do with that wireless unit, and also my concerns around the security of having that broadcast in ANT+ and other people being able to connect to it. My understanding was that there were two communication channels with this wireless module. First of all, ANT+, which allows connectivity to head units, Garmin's, Wahoo's, etc., to get gearing information, battery status, and change gear shifting modes. And secondly, Bluetooth, which allowed the management of the Di2 system with the eTube app with a mobile phone to do firmware updates and switch configuration. To my surprise, there is a third communication channel from this wireless unit. It's effectively adjacent to the ANT+ day-to-day usage, and it's a Bluetooth channel, which allows Bluetooth compatible head units to talk to your Di2 system. Now, I don't have any Bluetooth compatible head units, well, head units that talk to the wireless module over Bluetooth. Everything I've got is ANT+, so it's kind of redundant. It's sitting there broadcasting for no reason at all. The documentation of this is pretty light on from Shimano, so I couldn't find any real decent detail, and where I got my info from was here, the changelog in the app. It lists here, number 4 specifically, wireless mode setting options for third-party company cycle computers, head units. The default mode is both mode on, so ANT+ and Bluetooth is default mode on. How about that? However, with new setting option, user can save battery consumption of wireless communication by turning off unnecessary mode. Saving batteries sounds good. My interpretation of that is if you're connecting via ANT+ to your Di2 wireless, then shut off Bluetooth. If you're only using Bluetooth, then shut off ANT+. If you're not using it at all, turn it off altogether. And the last sentence on dot point 4 is this choice does not affect the eTube for mobile version. So it doesn't impact at all the Bluetooth connectivity for the management via your mobile phone. My takeaway from that is that Shimano are telling us to shut off the communication channels we are not using to save battery. Saving battery sounds good to me. Let's get that done on my bike here. Okay, at the moment my bike is within the general vicinity here. It is currently in sleep mode, so it's not awake. And I'm going to load Light Blue Explorer to have a look at what's broadcasting in Bluetooth here in the Lama Lab. So we can see there the headwind, my Forerunner, iPad, a few other things there, but we're not seeing any eTube wireless module or the EWWU111 module at all. Okay, I will wake up my Di2 by changing a gear. Okay, my Di2 should now be awake. And there we go, EWWU111. Now that is not Bluetooth management mode. I haven't pressed and held the button to connect to it. It is now broadcasting in Bluetooth. So let's try and connect to that anonymously. And we've been able to connect here to the Bluetooth of that. Manufacturer string Shimano, firmware setting. Scroll down quite a bit there. Now I can get battery level of that, so 25% time to charge the battery on there. But that goes to show that default configuration of that wireless module allows ANT+ connectivity and Bluetooth connection, which I don't use. Let's go about shutting that off. So we're going to close Light Blue. So opening up the eTube app here for the management of the unit. This is connecting via the other communication channel. Righty-o, okay, Bluetooth LE connection, and you can see there, that's not connecting to anything because it's not in Bluetooth connection management mode. I have to press and hold the junction. There we go, and bang, it comes up, it's in Bluetooth connection mode. So the third communication mode to my Di2 system. Jumping in here, waiting for this to connect. First things first, check for firmware updates, just to be sure. Okay, we have battery, junction box, front derailleur, rear derailleur, levers, shifting switch, and wireless module. Everything is on the latest firmware. Okay, we're good to go. We go back to configuration, and we can see there at the top there's a new option, wireless communication mode. Clicking on that, and by default, ANT+ and Bluetooth LE broadcast for day-to-day connection. This is not the Bluetooth management connection, which I'm using right here. Clicking on that, here are our 4 options. We have dual, ANT+ or Bluetooth LE, the default. ANT+ only, Bluetooth only, or off mode. I guess the off mode does address the security concerns that I have around this broadcasting and anybody being able to connect to your unit when it's alive and change your gear switching mode. I've covered that in another video. So what we want to do is switch to ANT+ mode, so no Bluetooth, hit OK on that, we hit tick there, and the setting is done. I'll just go back into that to make sure it's all good. I'll hit the light bulb button just to see what it says here. Okay, conserve battery consumption amount by aligning the settings with the Cycle computer's communication system. Okay, yeah, if you're using ANT+, only enable ANT+, Bluetooth, Bluetooth. If connecting to a Cycle computer with a different communication system, reset the eTube project. Okay, my interpretation of that is if you're using a different head unit, if you've got ANT+ and you need a Bluetooth head unit connectivity, reset this setting, not the entire project. Go back to defaults or make sure you align the communication channel that you need for your head unit. And finally their eTube project for tablets and smartphones can be used with any configured communication system, just indicating that if you do switch that communication off, so it doesn't broadcast the day-to-day ANT+ or Bluetooth connections, you can still get to the Bluetooth management to re-enable that if you need. So that's what that's all about. We hit go on that, we go back and straight back to the disconnect LE. You do need to disconnect that or it will chew through battery. So once that's done, we are done. And lastly, there is a bit of a gotcha with this. If we jump back to light blue and have a look at what now is broadcasting in Bluetooth, even though I have disconnected the Bluetooth broadcast of the wireless system, it's still there and it will be there until your Di2 system goes to sleep and then comes back awake, and then that Bluetooth will not be listed. So don't be concerned if you do a scan and still see it there after disabling that option. Once it goes to sleep, it's not coming back until you reconfigure it. Okay, there we are. That's everything I know at this point in time about that new wireless configuration option for the Shimano Di2 wireless module. How much battery will it save? Well, probably not a lot in all reality. There's a reason why it's called Bluetooth Low Energy. All right, if you've got that system in play, probably worth switching off that communication channel you are not using just to save any little bit of battery that you can. All right, if you like this one, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe to support this channel, and we'll see you soon.